So here's an entertaining short story where once again, a wife manipulates her husband into an open marriage and it ends in complete disaster where he is now kicking her to the curb. So one could say that actually is not a disaster, but it's a disaster for her. And you're going to see the same old story. She had somebody like that, or somebody's. He wasn't into this, but went along with it, which was dumb. But he found somebody, and she wanted to close the thing, but he's like, nope, not happening. Threw a big tantrum, all that, and he's like, I'm done. Goodbye. And once again proves, guys, multiple things. One, the second she brings up the open marriage or is hinting at it or orchestrating things to plant the seeds in your head, it's over because she doesn't care about you. Number two, never go along with it, guys, ever. Number three, it goes to show that, in my opinion, it is not just about getting the sex and the sausage from the guy. I think a big part of it is the girl likes the thrill of it, comparing notes with her friends, the excitement, the unpredictability, the attention validation, ding, ding, ding. And guy shouldn't even waste his time at that point. And last but not least, again, it always ends in a mess because the guy typically just wants one woman. That's it. But she wants lots of guys, lots of attention, and don't ever try this. It always ends disaster. Title: Am I the a-hole for not wanting to close the relationship after my wife asked to? Well, you're the a-hole for going along with this, but the other thing, though, is that my wife, a 31-year-old female, asked me my opinions about an open relationship after it came across a series we were watching 3 years ago. I said it's not my thing, and that was it then. Well, dude, smack to you for not realizing what was going on there. Number one, I guarantee you she was deliberately having you watch that show, that series, where this type of thing was going on to plant the seeds. That's how they operate. Number two, when she was just casually asking your opinion on the subject, no, she was. This is well planned out, okay? And you should have just realized then this is a problem. Goodbye. Because she's bringing this up, she doesn't love you. Next, he says here, last year she asked again, what'd I tell you? But this time was not just an idea, but a proposal. Proposal, huh? More like pretty much, I propose that you let me do this, or I'm walking. I reluctantly agreed. Smack. No self-respecting man ever does that. She doesn't love you. I agreed after she pushed for it. I personally did not need anyone else other than her physically or emotionally. We were intimate 4 to 5 times a week, so there were no problems in that department. No big fights or arguments were present in the relationship. Well, there should have been fights and arguments on the basis your wife wants to go F other dudes. That's not what you signed up for. And I want to point out that when she brought this up, she's 31 years old. She's now in her 30s. And a lot of gals freak out about that 30 thing if they don't have a ring on their finger. Or if they do have a ring on their finger, they freak out about being in the 30s now thinking, I need to know that I'm still beautiful. I need to know I'm still desired. And they seek that attention validation either just through quote-unquote harmless flirting, which there's no such thing as harmless flirting, or the other extreme, something like this. And by the way, I bet you her friends were doing something like this. She found someone in a month. Shocker. I'm sure she found somebody before she even asked about this. Well, I did not even bother trying. I was diagnosed with dysmorphia, not just body, in general, and did not think I could find someone at all. Dude, you can always find someone. You got her. Not that she's a prize, given how she's behaving here, but you got her. Probably because you do well for yourself. Relationship dynamics did not change other than her having another person. Why don't you just say it's another dude, another person? You don't need to be politically correct. It's ridiculous. It was basically a one-sided open marriage. He was someone she met on a dating app, and they casually hung out. Is that what you call it, casually? However, she did not stop being present in our intimate, sexual, and non-sexual relationship. I decided to give it a try as well as 4 months ago on a business trip. I have frequent business trips due to the nature of my job and decided to take advantage of it. Well, if you aren't going to divorce her ass over this whole thing, you might as well take advantage of it. I flirted with several women on the business trip. We danced together, got touchy, but I avoided getting further than this. I'm not a fan of the hookup culture. Things went well on the trip, and I kept this habit of mine. I thought I would get 0 chances, but it seems that I had more buyers than I thought. I'm not going to lie, it gave me a huge confidence boost. Well, there you go. I think a big problem this guy had is shattered confidence, but that could happen to any guy. If his wife says, I want to go F other dudes, that would destroy you. Now with an update, he says, at this point, I became more and more distant both emotionally and physically in my relationship. Who could blame you? Her actions have demonstrated she doesn't love you. Wife came to notice that and asked if I met someone, which I replied no. After business trips, I started dating a cute Asian girl 2 months ago. One thing led to another, and we became intimate. Our dates became more frequent, and my wife started noticing changes in my schedule. So it was all okay for her to do all that, but the second you find somebody and someone you actually like, then it's a problem. Because you see, it goes to show with the whole pair bonding thing. The common theme with these stories, the gals, they just want a guy they can hook up with and have the butterflies and the excitement with and come home to the husband. The guy wants one girl. What he signed up for the marriage to begin with, not all this hookup crap. He's done that crap. And it's likely because she had so many partners earlier in life, hookups, all that. She can't pair bond. And it's about the constant turnover of attention and validation. I did not tell about my previous flirts because she did not ask specifically. She asked if I still had no chance, laughing at me. I told her I'm seeing someone at my previous flirt experiences. She asked a few questions about it and I just nodded. I think that was the time I completely became indifferent in our relationship. And watch what happens when he becomes indifferent. I did not want intimacy, hugs, or spending time together. The girl I'm dating right now is really cool, well-educated, and our harmony together is crazy. I truly feel like a man. My dysmorphia is gone. Yes, exactly. Your manliness, your manhood was shattered by you agreeing to this. But I think because this guy was naturally weak and the wife saw weakness took advantage of it, that he shattered things even worse. But now he's getting his groove back. He's getting back on that horse. Now it's time to get rid of the wife. As is last week, my wife told me that we should close the relationship given that it started affecting our relationship from my side. I clearly stated I did not want to close the relationship. She said I'm driving our marriage to an edge and we should close the relationship to have marriage counseling to work on things together. You gotta be kidding me. She's the one that pushed for this multiple times, planted the seeds with that show, brought it up. When he made it clear I didn't want to do this, and I should have ended it then, she brought it up again, and he didn't want to say the words, obviously, but she manipulated and probably made a threat to him, and he went along with it. And now he's the reason this whole the marriage is failing. What a load of crap. She's selfish. She's losing, obviously, her meal ticket potential because she knows this woman is, she knows you want just one woman. She knows that. But she didn't think you had the balls to act on this and find somebody else. And now she wants to reclaim what she thinks is hers. Well, guess what? You're not hers. She ruined that the second she brought this up. I refused again. Good for you. And we had a big argument. She claims I'm destroying our 8-year relationship by refusing, and I became emotionally attached to another gal while she had a casual relationship with her guy. Well, it goes to show you how much of a piece of garbage she is. She can casually with him, this guy, or this guy, or this guy, and I'm sure there's more than one guy, but he finds someone he wants to spend time with, and he's the bad guy here. And of course, she makes all the rules. She might be right on that part. She did not stop being present in the relationship while I did after starting flirting with other women. However, I do not see myself leaving this other girl. I realize I'm 100% monogamous and can be attached to only one person at a time. I said it's fine if we get divorced after our argument. Am I the a-hole in this case? No, bro. The only a-hole you were is by going along with this. But what's done is done. The past is the past. But you gotten your groove back. You gotten back on that horse. And it's time to get rid of this HOE bag. Okay? Your wife doesn't love you. Her actions have demonstrated that. No woman would ever bring that up to a guy they truly loved or respected. So what the mistakes you made, it's in your past. I hope you learn from them. Divorce her. Move on. You've been married 8 years, or at least maybe been together for 8 years. You'll probably take a hit in the divorce, and I guarantee you she's going to try to spread the word that you breaking up is your fault. So make sure you control the narrative. Make sure that your family and her family and friends all know that you're divorcing because this all came from the open marriage thing. Okay, you didn't want this. She manipulated you, all that. Don't let her control the narrative or you'll be the big giant villain here. And she'll get pity, even though she started this whole thing. So again, good for him sticking to his guns. Divorce and move on, but learn from your mistakes. Don't treat this new gal like you did your wife, which led your life down the path of not respecting you and bringing this up. Because if you act weak, the new girl things will go bad with her just like your wife. Learn from your mistakes. So guys, this doesn't work. And once again, your girl brings it up. It's over. Don't waste your time.